Well, I'm very curious because I haven't seen it in a long time, and I don't know. Marty told me, Scorsese, that 20 minutes have been added to it. So, I see the difference in the quality. I looked at a little DVD of what Scorsese narrating this DVD, and I could see the difference in the quality of the film. So I'm very curious to see it. I'm sure it'll be terrific. Yes, well, Marty, God bless him, feels so strongly about movies. He's very passionate about the restoration of films, and I'm honored that he wanted to do Once Upon a Time in America. You know, I know if it was up to him, he would restore all the movies, and he probably has to make decisions on which ones he can really do, and so it's a very valiant effort, if I could put it that way, that he's doing. Well, with Sergio, I met him a few years earlier for it. Actually, he was thinking of Gerard Depardieu at that time. Years later, he actually was doing it, and so I said okay, and then we got Jimmy Woods and the rest of the cast and so on. It took him along. I know how it took Sergio along 10 years to get there. That's how long it takes sometimes, and that's how strongly and passionate he was about the movie, and I'm sorry that he's not here today to experience the restoration. The book, oddly enough, I read. I was given the book. I said, let me read what it's based on, and I read the book was given to me by Arnon Milchan, and I read it, and I realized it was a book that I read many years earlier as a kid, and I thought it was a very interesting book because it had a ring of truth about it, and I could see why Sergio was interested in the movie. It's not in the story. The movie is different than the book, as always happens, you know, with movies. He made it his personal sort of story, and but I thought that was a kind of an interesting coincidence that I had read it so many years earlier when I was a kid, actually. Well, Sergio was a very simpatico director, if you will. I like Sergio a lot, and I enjoyed working with Sergio. He had a good sense of humor, and sometimes, you know, when you work with directors, in Sergio's case, when he would describe a scene, I would say, well, why don't you show me how you mean it or do it? Because it was so personal to him. And he would demonstrate what he means physically or whatever, and then I'd say, okay, I get it. You know, I'll do that. It makes total sense. And some directors, you can do that. They have it so clear in their head that it's good. So, not always, but in Sergio's case, yes. Yes, yeah, Jewish Gangsters. It was another. Well, you know, it was his vision of New York and that world. It was, as I say, it was not the book. The book was very interesting and real, and Sergio just took it and made the story his own, you know. Probably maybe did it about Jewish gangsters who were just as prominent as Italian gangsters because the Italians had been done already, Godfather, other movies, so. And the Jewish gangster, as I say, the Jewish gangsters were just as prominent in those days as the Italians. They weren't as big about it. They didn't, you know, they were more low key. No, and that's why, you know, Marty was wanted to do it, and it's so great that he did, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I mean. I worked on the movie a long time, almost a year, if not a year, whole year. I don't think Sergio wanted to finish it. I think he kept going on. He was trying to decide certain things. You know, he would try and figure how we're going to arrive in New York, and with deciding and this and that. It just went on and on. But I think he didn't want to stop shooting. I understand that, though. Oh, God, I don't know. Well, the music is so strong in it, the image, and especially when he's younger and so on. And it's been so many years since I've seen the movie and seen it properly, because we had a lot of problems in the beginning with America and just the way they wanted to cut it up and all that I'm very, very anxious to see how it will be tonight. And I'll have a better answer when I see it, after I see it tonight.